Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. I'm looking for Mr. Lewis.
Hey, 1 second here. Holding
Thank you.
3.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Judge Draganchuk. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm going to call the case and we'll get started. I'm told this is a no contest plea. Is that right, Ms. Shelton?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is People of the State of Michigan versus Robert Lewis, docket number 20-612FH. And Mr. Lewis, would you raise your right hand, please? I can't see it, but I assume you are. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Lewis, you have the right to an attorney. You are represented by Ms. Shelton. And Ms. Shelton, I'm told this is a no contest plea. I don't know which count or counts, though. It's 2.
Count 2, Your Honor.
Count 2. And then Ms. Shelton, will you waive reading of counts 1 and 4?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Allen, would you recount 2, please?
In the People of the State of Michigan versus Robert Lewis, file 20-612-FH, State of Michigan, County of Ingham, in the name of the people of the State of Michigan, the prosecuting attorney for this county appears before the court and informs the court that on or about May 4th, 2020, at 701 Edison, City of Lansing, Ingham County, the defendant did in count 2 commit the offense of domestic violence, that he did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Jamie Shearer, an individual with whom he had a dating relationship, contrary to Michigan law. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days and or $500. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under Michigan law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement and was committed against the peace and dignity of the state of Michigan.
Mr. Lewis, you're being charged here with domestic assault and battery. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail. Have you had enough time to talk about this charge with your lawyer?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge against you?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about what we're doing?
No.
And I'm told you want to plead no contest. Is that correct?
Correct.
Mr. Lewis, if your plea of no contest is accepted by this court, it means you will not have a trial of any kind, and you'll be giving up the rights that go along with a trial. That includes the right to a trial by jury, or if you didn't want trial by jury, trial by judge. The right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, and to require the prosecutor to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll be giving up the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the trial and to be able to cross-examine them, as well as the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the trial. You'll give up your right to remain silent at the trial and not to have your silence used against you, or in the alternative, your right to testify at the trial if you wanted to. Also, there are a couple of things about appeals that are different when you plead guilty. One is that you do not get an automatic right to appeal to the higher court. Instead, you have to ask them to hear your case, and they have to agree to hear it. And the other thing is, are you still here, Mr. Lewis?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure I hear you. That's all. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't walk out on me. And then the other thing that's different about appeals is that when you plead guilty, there are many issues that you cannot appeal. Unlike people who go to trial, if they get convicted, they can appeal all the issues. So do you understand those rights, Mr. Lewis?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Also, if I accept your plea, it means you won't be able to come back later on and try to say that the plea was the result of some promise or threat that no one told me about today. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Also, you cannot come back later on and try to say that it really wasn't your own choice to plead guilty today. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Is there a plea agreement, Ms. Allen?
There is, Your Honor, and I apologize. I had pulled up the wrong felony information and Ms. Shelton corrected me. Count 2 does have the second offense notice, which is the that the defendant was previously convicted of assaulting and battering a spouse, former spouse, or an individual with which he had a dating relationship or with whom he had a child in common, a resident or former resident of his household by violating the law on or about September 23rd, 2004. So this is an enhanced sentence of up to 1 year in jail and or $1,000. So I apologize. I know that we discussed that, but I wanted to correctly modify that for the record. So
I see now that there is an amended information that changes that on count 2. So what you're pleading no contest to, Mr. Lewis, I said was a 93-day misdemeanor. It's still a misdemeanor, but it's punishable by up to 1 year in jail. Do you still want to go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, then if you would read, please, Ms. Allen.
thank you, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest to count 2, the people agreed to dismiss count 1 and count 4 on the felony information.
Is that a full and complete statement, Ms. Shelton?
I believe we're discussing that there's a Killebrew to 5 months, and that's to run concurrent with this Eaton County case.
Is that right, Ms. Allen?
I think we may not have expressly, but that's correct, Your Honor. He's been sentenced in, or he will be sentenced in Eaton County. We agree his sentence here will run concurrent with that, with a no upfront jail not to exceed 5 months.
Okay, and then Mr. Lewis, is all of that your understanding as well?
Yes.
And do you agree with this?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was the same as Eaton County. That's all. I just didn't understand if that's what the prosecutor just said or not. But yeah, that's what she said, yes.
Okay, so just to be clear, what they're saying is that your sentence here in this court would be no more than 5 months, and it would run at the same time as Eaton County. I have no idea what your situation is in Eaton County or how much time you might get there. They're not saying that it won't be any more time than Eaton County. They're just saying it won't be any more than 5 months, and it'll run at the same time as Eaton County. Is that how you understand it?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That means that whatever Eaton County does, you guys are gonna agree with, right? Is that what you're saying?
No. Let's say Eaton County gave you, I have no idea. Let's say they gave you 10 months. Okay, so then I could give you no more than 5 months, and it would run at the same time. So if you didn't have a ton of credit time already in Eaton County, it means that the sentence that I gave you really wouldn't make much of a difference because it would be swallowed up by your Eaton County time. But let's say Eaton County gave you 30 days. And then I could sentence you to anything up to 5 months. It would run at the same time. But if I gave you 5 months, for example, then after you did your 30 days in Eaton County, you'd still be doing time for my sentence. Does that all make sense?
Yes. Okay, I understand, yes.
Okay, and that's what you want to do?
Yes.
And again, I'm just giving you hypotheticals. I don't know how I would sentence you. So, but I have to tell you though, if I for some reason thought that 5 months was not enough time and I didn't want to go along with that, I would tell you before I sentenced you, and I'd give you a chance to take back your plea and start all over if you wanted to. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has anyone promised you anything else that has not yet been said here right now in order to get you to plead no contest?
No.
No? Okay. Has anyone used any threats to get you to do this?
No, ma'am.
And is this your own choice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Ms. Shelton, the reason for no contest?
The basis is for civil liability reasons.
Okay. And I was given a police report to review in advance. This is from the Lansing Police Department. And I find that all of these events occurred on or about May 4th of 2020. And at the location of 701 Edison in Lansing, Ingham County. On that date at that location, Mr. Lewis became angry at Ms. Shelton, or Shearer, pardon me, Ms. Shearer. And in the course of arguing with her and being angry, he slapped her on the left side of her face multiple times, slapped her, and that this was clearly done on purpose. It was not an accidental act, and that at the time, Mr. Lewis and Ms. Shearer were in a dating relationship. And has the court complied with MCR 6.302, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Shelton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those already placed on the record, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Shelton?
No, Your Honor.
The court finds the plea is understandingly and voluntarily made without undue influence, threats, or promises of leniency. Per the findings of the court, a conviction will enter on count 2, domestic assault and battery, second offense, and the plea is accepted. Sentencing date is May 10th, Monday, May 10th at 3 p.m. If that works for you, Ms. Shelton. Ms. Shelton, that's okay for you?
Yes, sorry, I was just looking at my calendar. Yes, that works.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, then, Mr. Lewis, do you think you're okay with us doing a remote sentencing? I can do a plea without your permission. I need your consent to do a sentencing remotely. Is that all right with you?
I believe he'll be out
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I was just gonna say what she said. I'm supposed to be getting released on the 22nd of April, so.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm
I'm not
having a very
sure.
hard time. I'm sorry, I'm having a very hard time hearing you. There's an echo in the room you're in, and then the audio's not very good. So the sentencing is on May 10th at 3 o'clock. And Mr. Lewis, you should just know that the probation department will be contacting you to do an interview with you. It's really important. It's for the report that I'll use for sentencing. So you are all set for today. You can tell them there at the Eaton County jail that you are all set.
Okay. How is that supposed
Okay.
to work? How's that working if I'm supposed to get released on the 22nd of April?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand. Can
I
you
said,
tell me
how
what you
does
said?
that?
He's due to be released from Eaton County Jail on April 22nd, so he was asking how he would log into court.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have a device that you can zoom in on, that you can log into Zoom on? Like a cell phone, a smartphone or something?
Yes.
You do?
I just didn't know if I was gonna be reprimanded to jail or not still. That's all.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, we will give information to your attorney on how to call in on Zoom. And you let me worry about the rest. You just call in on Zoom on that sentencing date, contact your attorney, and she'll walk you through it, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.